Once upon a time, in the kingdom of Granada, the king was ready to marry, and the news spread like wildfire. He was seeking the most deserving woman to become his queen, and this announcement first reached the ears of the court barber, then the night watchman, and finally, the elderly ladies who sold fruit and cloth at the market. Word quickly traveled from the barber's clients to their friends, and the night watchman shouted the news so loudly that the young girls of the kingdom woke up with joy. During the day, the old merchants eagerly reminded the ladies about the king's search for a bride. Everyone was buzzing with curiosity. How will the king choose a wife? To their surprise, the court barber had an answer. I have a magical mirror, the barber revealed. Any woman with a tainted heart will see traces of her dishonesty in her reflection. This mirror was no ordinary one. It was a test of character. To marry the king, any woman who dared had to gaze into the mirror, with the barber standing by her side, revealing her true self to all. The women laughed at the idea, but none were bold enough to approach the barber's shop. Days turned into weeks, and still, no one dared to look into the mirror. Though the king was adored for his kindness and good looks, none of the kingdom's women wanted to risk revealing their flaws. They found excuses. Some had planned to marry someone else, others were too shy, and some decided they would rather remain single. Every day, the king would ask the barber if anyone had stepped forward to look into the mirror. Every day, the answer was the same. Many had watched from afar, but no one had entered the shop. Frustrated, the king lamented, Ah, Granada! Is there no maiden in this land willing to be my bride? He was disheartened that he, a king beloved by his people, could not find a bride, while other monarchs had no trouble finding a suitable queen. One day, the barber approached the king with an idea. Your Majesty, he said, there is one girl who may be bold enough to look into the mirror. She is a humble shepherd girl, living alone on a hillside. But would you marry someone of such low birth? Bring her to me, the king commanded. Let her look into the mirror in front of the entire court. If she dares, and her heart is pure, I will marry her. The barber set off to find the shepherd girl. Soon, she stood before the royal court, surrounded by nobles, herding staff in hand. She was shy and used to such attention, but her beauty and grace caught the king's eye immediately. He welcomed her and reminded her of the mirror's power. If you are to be my queen, the king said, you must look into the magical mirror. If there are any dark marks in your past, the mirror will show them. With the entire court watching, the shepherd girl stepped forward and stood before the mirror, her heart steady and pure.